DFZRadio.com.
Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so
here.
high.
Kitchen's open. Where are you at? Welcome to Farm to Table Cannabis. This is DFZRadio.com. I'm your cannabis chef's favorite cannabis chef, the hydroponic chef. And if this is your first time listening in, you're about to experience something so cold. Opposite like the weather we're having. It's a hot motherfucker in SoCal today, and we're getting turned up in the studio. We got a full slot of guests lined up for you. DFZ Radio listener land, you are in store for a busy hour of Farm to Table Cannabis. We're the only show offering you cannabis-infused reviews, cannabis news, and reviews and interviews with the top brands and edible makers in the industry. So we're here to keep you up on the new events. So sit back, relax, get high. We're going to get all up in your ear for a minute. And as always, I'd like to thank the sound man Saint for doing good and keeping us looking good. He installed an air conditioner in the studio this week, guys. How about that? Thank you.
Thank you.
And so today, our guests of the evening tonight, Chronic Elixir in the studio hanging out. We also have the co-host of the evening.
What they do?
You know what's good. Good Food Gang's in the building.
Yeah, Jamel's Good Food Gang, man. You know you want to eat like this all day.
Matt's in the building hanging out. And Eric, the Southern Dabber himself. He's here to show us how to smoke. You know, we all need a little lesson from time to time on how to be positive and keep it in the community and learn how to smoke and smoke with the best. So we're smoking with the best today. Eric, if this is your first time listening, Eric, the Southern Dabber, hey, he keeps it real. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. I'm Southern Dabber. I'm a Instagram promoter / video creator, pushing positivity and fat clouds in the sky every day. I specialize in combos. So check me out on Instagram, SouthernDabber_420, and you'll be surprised.
That's it. So we got a good show lined up for you this evening, and we've also got something for your mouth catering coming in.
On the way.
The birthday boy himself coming in, going to throw it down for the culinary crown. And he's also throwing an event coming up on June 21st. It's going to be going down at 333 Live. And you can catch Good Food Gang hanging out,
you
cooking.
Already know.
The Hydro Chef's going to be in the building, amongst many other sponsors like Mama Mare's Edibles, Smokewoods. Ooh. They all hanging out. So we got it going down, and we'll be talking about that later. But first, we're going to bring you up to date on some news in the industry. So we're going up to Portland first. Blockbuster marijuana deal. It's a Russian billionaire is looking to get into the game. I think we got to turn the speakers down in the other room. We got some feedback in here. Tell Javon to stop playing all that crazy-ass rap music. But, so Curaleaf, a Massachusetts company, is getting into the recreational cannabis business, and it's an astonishing figure. Last month's deal for Cura Cannabis was the biggest acquisition in the history of legalized marijuana in the United States. It's a sign of just how quickly the market is emerging, and that's just the beginning of the story. So Curaleaf, it would make Curaleaf more valuable than all but 3 public companies in Oregon. Despite reports that $80 million of the revenue last year, alongside with a $56 million loss. The marijuana market is an industry in flux, caught between its underground roots and the new era of enormous commercial potential. It's consolidating rapidly as early as players like Cura and Curaleaf, both with highly unorthodox corporate histories, race to lock in an early advantage. Like other new industries, the cannabis business is coping with enormous uncertainty and rapid change. If recreational marijuana remains illegal under federal law, it's not clear when or how this might change. But, I mean, if I had money to bet on this, I mean, that's a big deal. This Russian dude coming in and I mean, really inflating some money into that company and making it now the most valued brand in the cannabis. That's a wild thing that just happened. So what do you guys think of corporate cannabis coming into this side of things? I know it's a touchy subject for things. I mean, the mom and pop is slowly becoming a thing of the past. What do you think, Jay?
There's both sides to it. Part of me, it makes me a little bit sad. You know what I mean? It's this industry is built on the mom and pops. You know what I mean? So it's tough that they're being forced out by the big business. But at the same time, it's really exciting to see the industry moving into such a forward and legitimate market.
Yeah, because it needs the something's got to happen in Oregon right now. All right, it's bad. Like, I don't know if this is going to be the change for it, but we're hoping that all those farmers up there that had to suffer through the worst of the worst times. I mean, you want to talk about the number of licenses per person out there that were issued for cannabis cultivation. It's crazy. And the $5 a gram thing last summer, I mean, that was a realistic thing. And more money coming in, I don't know if that's going to change it or not.
How do you do $5 a gram?
Nobody buys it.
What kind of marijuana?
Low market. Yeah, I mean that's another thing too. You know, it was a mid market at the time. So
yeah, a lot of things have changed right now. I mean, you say corporate coming in, scaring a lot of people. Also, you know, it threatens, like you said, the big, mom and pop shops that have been around since the beginning. So it's kind of a touchy subject. I'm just kind of curious to see how they're going to come in. If they're going to come in steamrolling and just knocking people over, or are they going to come in somewhat open-armed and be like, okay, we got to figure out like this community and either be part of it or, just going to be the other pharmaceutical
because
companies.
We got a lot of people that want in this industry who have never touched a plant before. They've never grown before.
Yep.
They've never even maybe smoked weed before, and they want in this industry and they want they want you to stop buying the black market and they want you to buy from the actual legal white. We call it white market now, and we'll call the other one traditional market. But I mean, after the raids last week, and breaking news, we'll go ahead and give me the breaking news. The heavy police activity reported in Anza upcoming again, and in the Lake Elsinore area, and in Paris, in Hemet, and
in Humboldt and all that.
Humboldt, Santa Cruz,
everywhere. Warrants and all that, right?
It's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I mean, if they pulled this shit on any other industry,
yeah.
There would be a fucking revolt. Nothing is as heavily regulated and falsely reported as the cannabis game.
Now, I have a question. Now, do you think that the big markets are making that happen?
Yes, and that's absolutely the question that everyone wants to know. Is legal cannabis making this happen to the black market? And absolutely.
Yes.
That's the real answer to the question. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California now, has enabled the each county and provided the funds and given the National Guard the authority to go in there and help eradicate black market cannabis. A lot of this is said because they're worried about the trafficking out of state. Well, we know that's not quite true. When these things go down, you see the people that are targeted a lot of the time, they're minorities. Not a lot of the time, they're legal citizens too. They're not legal. So this is a way to go after a lot of people that normally, I guess, they wouldn't be able to get into the cannabis market. I mean, these are people that are here trying to grow, and I'm not defending anyone. I'm just saying both sides of the story, You want to talk about why pack prices are going to go up right now? It's because the cheap, illegally grown weed is not there anymore, and a lot of that weed was grown by illegally here people. A lot of the farmers that went down, they weren't the locals. And if the locals think that they're going to get away unscathed, I think you got to stand up and really fight back. Not just cheer at your other farmers' demise and be glad that their greenhouse went down, but you got to fight the local authority on this because you're next, the locals who grew up in the town.
I'm really surprised on that angle, too. I mean, because in these small little towns where they're going hard, these individual farmers, I'm sure, give multiple dollars back to the community in different ways. And so by this happening, what does it now do to those communities? How are the people not rising up and saying, because I'm sure on top of those, they're not just growing, flower, they're growing agricultural. They're growing probably their own food and everything.
They're putting money back into a already hurt community. And
so how is this helping everyone? That's where I'm fucking lost.
A lot of people say it won't. A lot of people say that it's going to lead to higher prices on the streets, which will lead to people having to go pay that for that cannabis that might not necessarily be tested, or in other places it might be cheaper to go to the white market. So it really does defeat the purpose. When you hear about $3,200 for a pound on the black market, that makes a lot of people get into the gardening game, which makes the prices change again.
Sounds good to me.
So yeah, so shout out to Black Market Cultivator for single-handedly changing the weed game with his meme game.
Right.
He's definitely meme maker of the year in my book.
Exactly.
So we're gonna be back. We're gonna finish talking some more crazy news that's been happening, and we're gonna get lit here with Chronic Elixir, Good Food Gang.
You already know.
Southern Dabber himself, We've also got something for your mouth coming in the building too. Yeah, backwood. If you ain't a backwood, it ain't all that good. 562-653-0707. We got a magic butter machine to give away. Thanks to our sponsors out there at Magic Butter. Shout out to Chris Whitner, Gary Ainge, all of them. They're just throwing it down out there. So magicbutter.com, DFZ Radio. Tune in.
Call in, guys.
7-7 L code, riding down the west coast. Candy paint dripping cause I just got a fresh coat. California raised me, an LA baby. The Chevrolet raisin, scraping on Dayton's, riding down Rosecrans. Get with the program, call me the drone man, the hydros potens. Got your eyes low, lower than the ocean. Just west coasting through the coast with the potion and the best dro to smoke. The baddest bitches, girls in bikinis with ass and titties. The hustle game easy, you just can't believe till you see me on TV. Drive down the wrong street, might see the tech smoke. Hop in the ride and let's go to the west coast. This life is like a movie, you meet a model bitch, then you fuck her like a groupie. California, California, California.
All right, climb on aboard with Hustle and Hospitality and Cannabis Catered Events for an unforgettable Saturday evening with some of the best Southern California views aboard Newport's Ambassador Yacht. There's going to be names in the building such as Jamie Kennedy, Too Short, Paul Pierce, Daz Dillinger, and many others. Comedy and food catered by many of the fantastic Cannabis Catered Events chefs. So check it out, the High Seas at highseas19.splashthat.com. Again, that's the High Seas at highseas19.splashthat.com. Hydroponic chef approved.
But I really hate the politics. Better keep stepping, buddy boy, in a pile of shit. Yeah, in a pile of shit. E3, get it in, nigga, I'm live as shit. 3, 2, 1.
As the world keeps spinning, like gold 100 spokes, engine running, Chevy gunning down the coast. Just let it roll. Who doesn't love to see a 6-4 hop down the block, banging Easy E and Pac? Motherfuck the cops. I drove in my ride, but I ain't even tripping. It's another summer night and about to get the tipping. It's California, A, got some beautiful women. Gotta see it for yourself, it's such a beautiful vision. Palm trees, palm weed, won't you ride with me? West Coast in, floating through these Cali streets. Cruising down the boulevard in the late night. Sunset to the daylight, we take flight. Lights, camera, action, fast cars and jewelry. Models and groupies, we film in a movie. It's a motion picture, everybody's a celebrity. Won't you take a picture? It's a motion picture, everybody's a celebrity. Won't you take a picture? Latin girls, Asians, black girls, Jamaicans, white girls, they all on vacation. Pop another bottle, yeah, we buy 'em by the case, and we spitting big faces. California.
All right, we're back. DFZ Radio. We got another special event for you coming up. This one will be going down June 21st. This will be 5, The Dinner, brought to you by Something for Your Mouth Catering.
All right.
Featuring Good Food Gang himself.
You already know.
The hydroponic chef at DTLA's 333 Live. It's going to be going down 5.eventbrite.com for tickets. We're going to have a fest and a festival of food, a smorgasbord of products from our awesome sponsors. So come on down, get lit. Tickets in Something for Your Catering's bio. That's going to be 5.eventbrite.com. That's the 5 dinner brought to you by Something for Your Mouth Catering. We're back. DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. So yeah, that was 5 to dinner going down.
Hell
They
yeah.
also got the High Seas event. It's gonna be a busy couple of fucking weeks.
Hell
It's
yeah.
going down.
How many
if you
tickets
like
are
to eat
left?
with cannabis, they're selling out. You can get a special. You can get a special fucking discount too if you go hit up Something for Your Mouth Catering too.
you go.
Comment on his last post. You can get hooked up. And speaking of, so Good Food Gang.
Yeah, what's up, man?
You're here, man. You've been cooking for a minute now.
Yeah.
How you get into the cooking with cannabis thing and working with catering, Something for Your Mouth Catering?
Well, I met Something for Your Mouth Ray in Bakersfield, our first event, man, and it was at a cannabis event. And,
You call it a sesh, I suppose, right? That's
right. It was
is
a
that what
session.
those kids are doing
It
nowadays?
was a session, yeah, for sure. So it was cool. It was one of our first events, and I just met Ray, and I don't know, it was something about us, man. We both just exchanged food, and next thing you know, we were just, we became friends.
Food's
you know
the great communicator, ain't
It
it?
is.
Like it's a trip. It's a lot of reasons why we start a conversation.
Yeah.
It's a why in Italy they'll never let you eat by yourself
Right.
because food's to be enjoyed, and you'll get invited over to sit with people if you try to eat by
Yeah,
yourself
for
in
sure.
Italy. So it's like it's amazing what food does to bridge that gap, and now what it's done to bridge the gap for cooking with cannabis. So how long you been cooking with cannabis?
I actually been cooking with cannabis for about 5 years. I used to start I started a brownie called Mary Jane's Pastries, and I was selling those, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I was doing crazy amounts, and then I ended up getting into it further. And
Well, I mean, there's a lot that goes into cooking too, and
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it is. A classically trained chef or not non-classically trained chef. What'd you do?
Well, actually, I was security. I did a executive protection for a few
Wait,
years.
hold on, record scratch. You worked your way up from security to the
Right.
fucking kitchen.
To the kitchen.
They got tired of you smashing off
Yeah,
floors. They said, I bet
yeah.
he can make some good steak.
Well, when I started wearing a bulletproof vest, I felt like, okay, I have
Get
kids.
me out of this.
And I got a wife.
got
what I'm
children?
saying? Like, hey, like, I can't get shot for no reason. You know what I mean? So I felt like instead of and I've been beating people up, for a long time.
Sound clip right there.
I've been beating people up.
So
for a
if
long
you'd
time.
like to stop beating people up for a living, get into cooking with cannabis. FarmToTableCannabis.com.
Yeah. So once I felt like being in the kitchen was I made sure that I hit the manager up that was working at the casino I was at, Diamond Jibs Casino, man, shout out, and I got the opportunity to cook, and I got trained for 3 weeks, and then it was like, hey, sink or swim, and been swimming ever since, man. So I ended up doing my own thing. I went to Vegas for a while, did some things with my chef Mario. Shout out to Chef Mario too, man, for putting your boy on with the plating and all the fancy shit.
Because I mean, you gotta kind of fail before you succeed, right?
Of course, it was hard,
ain't
man.
easy.
It was hard. I wasn't able to even I wasn't able to even cook a steak correctly because in my culture we eat steaks well done. You know what I'm saying? They see blood, they're like, oh shit, I don't want blood in my steak. Like what the hell? Yeah. But then you realize when you start cooking and you understand the meat, you understand like, hey, this is supposed to be red. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier to digest, and then also it's a better food. So. Once I found that out and just going through trials and tribulations, shit, I go through it every day anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, but right now, I mean, look, we're at one of the highest peaks right now, just being on a radio show and being invited down here.
Well, I appreciate you hold us in such high regards. I think we're in the highest peak right now in culinary in the aspect of there's finally something new that hasn't been tapped yet.
Oh, them teriyaki tacos haven't been tapped. You've seen those, right?
Yeah, well, and that's another thing too. You could look up right now cannabis infused teriyaki tacos. There would never be a recipe for that online.
Man.
So anything you do with
be
cannabis
fire.
right now, you are a pioneer in a way. I mean, from the time I did the medicated cheese wheel, the cheese wheel wizard over here, to the cannabis infused micheladas with the CBD too. I mean, it's groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah,
now,
that's crazy.
How do you, in this ever evolving field, keep elevating and showing new things instead of just doing me too? Because you mentioned the brownies.
Yeah.
Everyone's done brownies. You realize
right.
fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. How do you get into something and really do it and do it right?
Well, my thing was I still want you to eat food, right? So there's these things when it starts with the oils kind of saturated with the marijuana taste. So I wanted you to be able to enjoy your food. So I got the distillate, and then we started using the distillate. So now you have no taste, but yet you still get the same high. Right. So I wanted you to be able to, enjoy this food, man. I'm about to hook you up. Like Good Food Gang, man, we have it on our back because that's what we believe in. Good food. We want you to eat like this because we know that our food is good, and you will never have anything. Shout out, what up, though? You'll never have anything like this, you know. So those teriyaki tacos, infused teriyaki tacos, people haven't seen that.
That's unique. Yeah,
and you
that's
know, we're hitting
something.
them with the sriracha aioli. You know what I'm saying? So we're hitting them with different things.
How are you infusing things?
So I'm using the CBD, and I'm actually just doing, you know, the correct amount. I don't know the amounts really. You know, I suck with measurements.
Okay.
I'm one of those regular, you know, hit me with the chef.
Okay, well,
But
with
I don't do too
CBD,
much,
with CBD, I think it's you get a little bit more leniency because you're not going to really overdo it. But you THC me like that with the hey, I don't know what you're doing. I'll be fucking sitting in the fucking front yard asking my wife to call the fucking ambulance because I'm thinking I'm having a heart attack.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Okay, been this high since I fucked with Southern Dabba, man. But when talking about CBD and stuff, and we've got in my opinion, like the experts when it comes to dosing properly and proper dosing techniques, because you guys have really, like, I think, wrote the book on moderation and using things to be healthy. So Chronic Elixir, what's your opinion on a good dose for CBD per day? You know, you're trying to get this amount per day, and you would break it down between a couple of meals. You know, just in your opinion and consumption with your product.
Me personally, I would say a good dose would be at least 200 milligrams a day.
And I think that's a safe starting point, right? I mean, I've seen the homie Chef Brandon Allen go deep on things before, and I've also seen him, you know, recommend weaning yourself off slowly. So I don't know if it's about that one hard punch and then going microdosing or what, but I think there's a lot of research to be done. And with CBD, it's nice because you can play with it, not like THC.
That's just it. Yeah, you're able, like you said, you could play with it. And if you start with that big hard punch and you realize, oh, hey, that's too much for me, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to fall asleep a little bit. You know, you feel a little tired. That's the worst. So then you can gauge just like any other medication from there. You're like, oh, okay, I need to kick back a little bit and start myself off smaller. And then from there, I can see how throughout the day how much I can increment a little more, or I can take down a little more, you know. And with that, you know, you don't have anything to worry about, like you said. I mean, it's
a lot more control.
It's extremely controlled. You don't have anything of a THC worried about because it's, you know, just being all pure hemp derived. It's pure CBD.
So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about proper dosing techniques, okay, and how to make sure that you know what you're putting in, Yeah. So if we're making a butter, for instance, you know, and you've got a gram of cannabis, and you know that gram is testing at
that's a big thing right there, is making sure that it's all tested too. I mean, 'cause that's where a lot of people get their
if you know it's 20% off that 20% measurement, you know how to do your math, and then based on that, knowing your percentage, you can break that down in the butter. So if you got 4 tablespoons in a recipe, and you know each of those tablespoons is 5 milligrams each, and you're dividing that recipe among 4 people, you know how to split that. That's how you to make sure we're doing proper dosing techniques. And there's a lot more. There's equations that go into that, and maybe we'll throw that up on the Instagram afterwards, because there's nothing worse than overdosing on like a food, because food's a rarity that you can actually say.
When I first started, I overdosed on the brownies because I was just eating them.
And it's such a fucked up word. I shouldn't say overdose. I should say over-medicate.
True.
Right?
True.
Just, you know, because we're trying to break this stigma.
It just jacked you up, though. Yeah, I was really, super high. You know what I'm saying? And it was actually kind of a horrible experience.
Uncomfortable.
Speaking of uncomfortably high, last time you guys were here, you were nice enough to grace us with a couple of samples. We do a show after this show called the Heavy Tea Grow Show. We have a character. Named Dr. Duff. Okay, Dr. Duff's a really cool guy. Got a crooked eye, short guy, all kinds of spunk, man, piss and vinegar. Well, when he drank that 1,500 milligrams, it took a little bit of that piss and vinegar out of him. But we got video of him in the studio right there, just lit. It's like just like a freaking. I don't know what to refer to him, man. He was from another planet. He literally was on another. He was on another vibration level. So with the THC, proper dosing techniques, we always got to do that. You don't want to be a Dr. Duff. And then with the CBD, what do you think about the whole synergistic effect? CBD by itself, or just THC by itself? Mix them together. What do you think?
Personally, go ahead, Jason.
I think CBD by itself can be a great thing. I think you're going to have a much stronger effect with the synergy.
Yes.
It helps them work together.
Yes. I think you're going to have some sort of plateau effect, actually, with the just the CBD. So you'll get the benefits, but at some point, increasing the dose isn't going to give you more, or it's going to give you, you know what I mean, you're not going to get a linear effect, like, you know what I mean, linear growth as far as increasing your dose. Whereas
Right.
with the synergistic cannabinoids, I feel like you would.
I can dig it. All right, for sure. So we're going to take a caller real quick. You guys, you ready? We got someone on hold. They're calling from Hawaii. Let's take Hawaii first. That's a long-distance call. What's up, Hawaii? Where you? What island you calling from?
Aloha.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Where are you calling from? What island?
Hi.
Aloha.
I'm on Oahu.
Right
I'm in
on.
Neva.
Right on, Kayla. So what do you got going on?
Nothing. I follow you guys on Instagram, and I was calling to win something.
She wants to win something. Well, check it out. Nothing's free. You got to pay attention. So what question do you got about cooking with cannabis or gardening that you could think of right now that would be worthy of a prize to ship all the way out to Hawaii? Because that's quite expensive, Kayla.
Super far.
Super.
I'll pay for the shipping.
That's sick.
Yeah, she's dope.
How about the question? How good of a question can you come up with about infusing? What kind of prizes were you looking for?
I don't know.
Our wish is your
I just
command.
I just saw the can of butter.
And Andrew's like Aladdin. He's like the new Will Smith. You come over here and give him a little rub, and he'll grant you 3 wishes.
Yeah.
You guys got CBD out there in Hawaii, Kayla?
I actually work at a vape shop, so I know quite a bit about CBD.
Nice.
But
Nice.
I'm still learning about THC.
Well, what do you think is like a good dose for a person to start dosing if they were going to start dosing like every day to try to get the beneficial effects? What do you think is a good dosage rate? And this isn't a test. This is what's your opinion.
Well, I guess that depends on what's going on with the person. If they're having like physical back pain or more body pain and need a more relaxing, I guess, relief.
It does give a lot of
mix
relief,
THC and
though.
CBD together.
I like the CBD relief, though.
All right. Well, I dig it. I can dig it. So, do you do any of your own gardening out there, or are you just getting into this?
That's what I'm learning about. That's why I started following a couple of the pages I've seen on Instagram, because I'm learning how to grow my own, and I would definitely love to learn how to put it in my food as well.
That's right.
I do go to the dispensary, but I want to learn myself.
You following the Hawaiian Alchemist? Shout out to the Hawaiian Alchemist out there. You following him?
No, I don't follow his page. I should.
All right, check this out.
I follow Hawaii Cannabis Expo.
So I'm gonna do you a huge solid right here. So there's a Cooking with Cannabis class brought to you by Aloha Green Apothecary, and they've been doing several of them with the Hawaiian Alchemist. So shout out to the Hawaiian Alchemist. Go check out his Instagram, and he'll hook you up with some tips on how to cook with cannabis. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and ship out some gardening samples from our good friends over there at General Hydroponics, so you can have some stuff to grow that A1 out there on Oahu.
Oh, great. I do have another question.
Oh, she's thinking of rapid fire questions. Okay, let's keep it going.
Sorry. Since I've never grown before, I heard it was best to grow with clay pots. Is that true, or should I do something else?
I mean, cloth pots are the preferred method. Everybody will say out here in California and throughout the nation that the cloth pots are better because it helps air prune the roots. Your plant will grow through the cloth. They'll get air pruned, and then they'll create more roots, and thus you'll get a bigger root structure. So I'd say cloth pots are the way to go. Clay's cool too because it has cooling factor, and it also has the porous quality, so it holds water nice. But I mean, the more your plant eats and the more your plant dries out, the better. And I know you have a huge humidity problem out there in Hawaii, so I think you're going to be thinking about how can I get my plants to dry out and not stay wet.
Yes.
So, and the last thing is, I'm going to make a recommendation. You're going to make sure you're going to take some preventative maintenance for mold out there, because that's the biggest crop killer in the entire state out there is that mildew.
I had one more question if you had time.
I mean, hell, Andrew, what are you doing tonight? You got anything to do later?
No, let's do it.
No, let's take Kayla's long distance question.
Rub me and you get 3 wishes. Here it is. Come on, third wish.
The genie lamp.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Kayla.
so I see some people grow outside without the. Would it be best, since it's going to be my first time trying, to grow inside with the tent, or use neem. I heard of using neem on the
that's
soil.
That's 4 questions. Oh, Andrew's rolling his eyes over here.
I don't know about that.
You're trying to Aladdin this fool. So
Aladdin.
when it comes to like what's easier, inside you can run into just as many problems as you can outside. And I think it's going to come down to what you're able to adapt to. Luckily for you, you can bloom outside like 24/7 out in Hawaii. You don't have to trip on that. You should go outside because your power bill is power. I think is like so much more expensive too out there in Hawaii. So I would say immediately outside be your better bet. You get a little greenhouse. I think you're allowed to have X many plants. What's the laws out there?
Yes, about 10 to 15, I believe it is.
Holy shit! I'm moving to Hawaii. That's good. We only got 6 out here.
We could grow this shit together.
Atta girl. All right. What's next? When you guys legalizing mushrooms and bath salts?
Oh shit.
Whoa, I don't know. You lost me there, buddy.
Yeah, jumped off the bridge
to see how deep she'd go down that rabbit hole.
Bath salts.
All right, so Kayla, we're gonna hook you up with some of that general hydroponics for being such a good question asker.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
We went from wondering if you had anything to holy shit. Can we get a minute?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, aloha, mahalo, and all that. Thank you so much, and keep calling in. Tell your friends to listen.
That's tight.
Of course.
All right.
Bye.
So that's what we do. We love giving it out. Just
she took over.
Keep calling in. Yeah. We welcome to the Kayla Show.
She had some real questions though. She had real questions. Right? She wanted to know some things.
Right. So Chronic Elixir in the studio, keeping us fucking healthy. Andrew, this is like your 4th time on the show.
Yes, sir.
Dare I say that your shows are some of the most watched shows? We get the best feedback, and we have the best times.
Well, thank you.
I like getting lit with you guys. This is always fucking fun. Did I mention they bring some of the best tree, too? Southern Daver, I don't know about you. I'm starting to think you don't like me. Because you get me so lit, I start stumbling on the air. I start forgetting shit. I forget to give my wife this. Like, man, when does it stop? We're just going to keep hitting backwards?
Yeah, I'm going to keep rolling.
When does it stop, he says.
Nah, he ain't done yet.
What's stop?
What's copious amounts of marijuana.
Copious.
He's going to combo you soon.
Well, watch when Heavy T rolls up, man. He's going to be tripping. We got something for your mouth calling in right now.
There he is.
You want to hold on? I'm live on the air, so I'll have to put this one down. But we're going to call him in a minute. We're going to take a commercial break.
Hurry up.
But when we come back, we're going to talk about all the new flavors and, man, 4-time alumni on the show. Andrew, Jay, you guys got a guest with you tonight.
Yes,
Who you got?
Yeah, this is Shane with 949 Extracts.
All right, you guys have been big in the extract game. So you guys are the thing is you source quality ingredients.
Correct.
So this is a rare glimpse into what you guys have going on. So stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, pay some bills. Those callers hang out. We're going to talk to Shane, 949. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. I ain't hitting the wrong zip code.
DSDRadio.com.
Be about your area code, motherfucker.
661 in the building.
Smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah. Big split smoker, don't need no bowler. So roll my doja, I can first show ya. Big stage older, Christmas cola. Sticky as the growers, we gon' teach more up. We gon' see more bud, pockets on forest. Yeah, they cheer for us, cause we got more of what they want is store plus. If I can't fly, I'ma puff till I soar up. Good day for 'em. The way I run these trees, you can say I run forest. Yeah, I run for it, run toward it. Haters can't ignore it, all that ladies love it. It's so euphoric, they so blatantly adore. Bumping all the cuts as we cruising to the night. Like that cut from DJ Quick, cause it's going down tonight. Just sliding at the split so I can hit it while I ride. And shorty looking swift, I'ma hit it while I drive. We so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high.
Fire up another split. Take a hit, show life I'm fucking with. And I be lying if I said my life is perfect. I'm hurting inside enough for me to catch a birdie. Lungs turning black, smoke till my chest is burning. Can't hold back, I'm high till the morning. We brew money, it's the only thing that levels me. You can call it remedy, but never gets the best of me. Twist to get it lifted while I'm shipping to the bitches. Got me feeling like the richest, I'm on it, so get with it. Flipping on that killer soul, smoking with a privilege. Take it higher than the gifted, so don't mind if I'm tripping. Gotta keep my hustle up, so I smoke the top shell. If your lungs are strong enough, smoke with somebody else. I need that good, burning like wood should. Like good wood, burning like good wood should. So high, can't touch the ground. Look at me, I'm Superman. I wanna go up, light the blunt, light it up and have so much fun. So high, can't touch the ground. Look at me, I'm Superman. I wanna go up, light the blunt, light it up and have so much fun.
We so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time.
DFCRadio.com.
Yo, it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bringing the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor in fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
DFCRadio.com.
I've been up 6 days.
Hey, wait.
I've been up for like
6 days.
No, I wasn't on cocaine. I'm just trying not to stress, man. Cause life be hella one bitch, man. Like, I just need a little smoke. How about go from being broke?
All right, we're back. DFC Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. Thanks for Kayla to calling in. Hawaii is not cheap. So let's get the homie Mitch on the line. What up, Mitch?
Hey guys, how's it going over there?
So good. Thanks for calling in, man. What's the deal?
Well, I was just listening to the show, getting ready for Heavy Tea coming on board.
This is Sanctuary Soil, Mitch.
Yeah, this is Mitch from Sanctuary Soil, the sponsor himself.
Sitting there. So I was a little jealous of all the. Looks like you're smoking some shatter or something in there.
Fuck, these guys got us smoking shatter. We got some Dippin' Dots from
copious,
from some Dab Dots from Burning Bush. We got Chronic Elixir with some CBD just to bring us back for a minute. What you know about that? What's your thoughts on that, Mitch? Would you ever get too split? You need some CBD, or to like level it out, or do you, or does that not work?
Well, no, I'm actually, main thing. And I put THC in everything. You know, we make a soluble powder for cooking that's about 25 milligrams per gram. And it's kind of that, you being a chef, you know about turning oils into powders.
Right.
And we do that whole it's basically a cooking technique, and we turn that infused oil into a powder, and I add it to my ramen. I put it in my coffee. I sprinkle it on my spaghetti and meatballs, and
that's the spicy meatball.
Because you can infuse olive oil and turn that into powder. It's
how you dry it out.
Well, again, you start with what I start with is a full spectrum crude oil. I then infuse that oil with cannabis, and I'm taking that oil and I'm putting that oil, that full extract cannabis oil, directly into the olive oil or whatever I'm using it in, and then I'm taking that oil and I'm using a cooking technique. I'm using, dude, I don't want to give the major secret away.
Come on, how are you going to call farm to table cannabis and to keep secrets? Here's the deal, Mitch.
Maltodextrin. What I'm telling you is go on YouTube and watch videos on turning oil into powder, cooking oil into powder, and you'll see there's a bunch of techniques.
YouTube.
Basically, you're using an ingredient that converts the oil into powder. You're running it through a screen, and now you got powdered cannabis.
Boom, and you can use that on anything from your coffee to your cheese. Andrew's over here shaking his head. That's Chronic Elixir approved. These guys said, yeah, that's a technique. Yep, that's certified. Mitch, where have you fucking been every other episode?
You could make a lot of times you'll take bacon oil, bacon grease, and powder it. And I'm telling you what, you make a Caesar salad and put some of that bacon powder on there.
Holy shit. Matt's eyes over here are lighting up.
Blew my mind right now. Boom.
That's a good way to infuse a salad. Infused bacon grease bits.
Damn.
All right. Well,
another thing we do is are you familiar
this is the
with
Mitch
my
show
Don
now.
Primo lemonade?
We're walking out, Mitch. Joking.
Say,
the other thing you said. The other thing you can do
is we also make lemonades. They're called Don Primo. We do one in a classic and a pink lemonade, and they're available in dispensaries all over L.A. and California.
Bro,
what's really interesting about the legal cannabis market is the dosing. You have to be able to hit your 10 milligram serving in whatever size your
Oh, you need to come to our market, bro. We're playing on the medical market. Where we're going? Where we're going? We don't need roads.
Yeah, we do an 888 milligram 1 ounce tincture, an eyedropper tincture.
See, black market only. Yeah.
Used MCT oil.
Holy
that we're
shit.
allowed to sell recreationally because it's a concentrate.
Keeping fools lit, Mitch.
Well, 888 milligrams, and that sells for about $45 out the door in L.A.
Last week, that shit's worth 88 now.
Got it. Well, that's the other
what do you
thing.
think? Let me ask you this, Mitch, because you've been in the game for a minute. Hold on, this is my fucking show. Hold on, Mitch. Hold on. Let me get this question in to you. What is your opinion on this whole raids that have been going down? Because I know NorCal just recently took a hit too.
Dude, I was talking to somebody. I think they just went out into Trinity, Mendocino, and they hit Anza hard, and they took down that giant facility on the coast there in like Santa Maria.
Yeah, we've heard.
Shout out Santa Maria too, by the way.
That sucks, but
dude, we're talking tens of thousands of plants. Well, I'm a little surprised. I didn't think that Newsom would actually spend money on enforcement.
Right.
And
I did 100%.
They're not kidding around.
I did.
He's a two-faced cocksucker.
No, not even that. I mean, he did it from day one. When Trump went ahead and threw those our troops over to protect whatever the Mexican wall and bullshit,
and he pulled them back in.
The immediate next day, he pulled them back, and then it was just
pawns.
Yeah,
fucking pawns.
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
100%. And he was just playing the game from the get-go of being, when he was lieutenant governor, just, I'm for pot. I'm so for pot. Yay for pot. Fucking bullshit.
And now look at black markets black markets never going to have been stronger. We're going to he just hit the reset button. It is 1998, you guys.
It is.
I can tell you that it's crazy. I mean, you've got on one hand, you've got a firming up of the pricing for the legal side of the market, and yet we're seeing an explosion in the illegal growers. And people are getting arrested again. It's like I was telling somebody, as soon as they arrest somebody, the prices are going to firm up.
Now, let me ask you this. Will we get to 42 a P?
Oh, God, yeah. Dude, That's crazy.
I don't know. I hope.
I myself.
I hope
I'm on the
not,
legal
because
side
that
of the
means
market.
there's more businesses
And
that'll get popped.
because I'm on the
I hope
legal
not.
side of the market, until the feds reschedule cannabis, I lose about 5 cents on every dollar we make after paying taxes, literally. So there is no money in legal cannabis. Anyone that unless you got big Canadian investment money,
There's never been a worse
you
time
might
to
as
get
well
into
throw it and
cannabis.
Get out the door.
You're playing with giants. I
Right.
mean, how do you really compete?
No, the compliance expenses
Well,
alone.
yes, that alone. I mean,
The testing costs.
The whole point of it is just to shove you down into
out
the
of
hole.
batches of cannabis anymore. You have to literally roll them, put them on the shelf, pay for the testing, and then you're allowed to sell them if you can sell them.
No, we got tired of dirty hippie lips.
It's just terrible.
You're not laughing with us, Mitch. I'm starting to think you're offended.
Mitch is serious.
So if everyone doesn't know, Mitch is the owner of Sanctuary and Mission Fertilizer. Mitch, I can't even give you a fucking shout out. Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, the way this is going, it's just going to be giant money. And they're going to end up having like 3 kinds of cannabis out there, and that's about it. It
Yeah,
ain't gonna
3
be
big
like
brands.
this now.
You paint a dark picture, but I tell you what, though, we respect you and what you're doing for the industry. Give some love out there up to the NorCal farmers and the Central Valley farmers and Visalia, and all love out to you guys. We appreciate you guys being in this industry with us and just doing things the way you guys do. So much respect out to you to Mitch, and I'm gonna send you for calling in because every caller wins a prize. I'm sending you a magical butter, the glove, so you can take hot stuff out of the oven when you're cooking it with the THC in it.
Dude, I am still going to use that. I've been actually thinking of getting one of those butter machines. I tried some butter that a buddy of mine made. It fucking nailed me.
Well, dude, now you got a reason.
Now you got a reason to swoop it up, dude. Thanks for calling in, Mitch. Much respect.
Hey, appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Mitch.
Thanks, Mitch. All right, and so, dude, back to the CBD of the hour. Can I get lit on some CBD, or is that because that's the question? People keep saying, "Well, I feel like I get high on CBD," and I'm like, "It's not a high. It's that you haven't been relaxed before.
Yeah,
you've never chilled. Like you don't. Your endocannabinoid has never. Your system's never been hit the reset button yet.
Never touched your button before.
For those who've never smoked, yes, but for those who are smoking, that synergistic effect is still on. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter how you consume it. If you're smoking and then you drink some of the CBD, you're gonna have a very indica effect.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that and that it's countering the THC. It's not actually countering the THC. It's bringing out some good synergistic effects, like the calming, the anti-inflammatory, the
relaxation, anxiety,
non-anxiety, stuff like that. So it's not the CBD getting high; it's the CBD making the THC work better. And on that note, pass me that watermelon CBD. I'm going to make up a mini cocktail. And you can too at home with CBD from Chronic Elixir. So you guys, last time you were in here, 200 milligrams. We're talking baby doses.
Yeah, we were doing our 200 milligrams, and we pretty much had an overwhelming request for, can you guys basically make a stronger one? And of course we can. We can make a stronger one, and we're going to put it out there proper. So we went ahead and made a 1,000 milligram pure CBD, triple lab tested, and at the same 4 ounces. And people would think, you might throw off the taste or a little bit or anything like that. Nope, not at all. I mean, our taste is right on point. Our flavor's right on point. You can't even tell the difference. I mean, and it works.
So pineapple, one of my personal favorites. I like to float this one on a little the vodka with some of that Japanese soda, the ramune. That stuff, I love that stuff with the marble in it.
Yeah.
Ooh. So cheers to you guys. Oh yeah, hydroponic chef approved. Now, what went into the watermelon? And this was like your guys' last flavor you brought out?
Yeah, that was one of our. I mean, it's one of our original flavors, and all that is the strawberry, watermelon, pineapple. Some of our newest ones have been the caramel and the grape. We've gotten a lot of overwhelming support from the whole caramel side with the whole coffee community. They've been loving it. I mean, pouring it either on their ice cream or just literally starting their morning.
Great for cooking. You can cook with it.
Well, I mean, yeah, like you said. I mean, it's pretty much it's user based at your pleasure. At the same time of whatever you want to do, whether you're pouring into your water, iced tea, coffee, smoothie, or by itself.
So I'm going to ask for anyone that hasn't listened to you guys on other episodes. Jay, Andrew, you guys take so much pride in what you put into this product.
Correct.
What are you doing to source your own ingredients to make sure the highest quality products are going in?
Well, yeah. Well, we make sure that we source everything organically. I mean, with me having celiac and Crohn's disease, the last thing I want to be doing is putting shit into my body. And also into anyone else's body and then passing it off and say, hey, it's great, and it's fucking snake oil. You know, so we only work with some of the best hemp growers in Colorado, you know, at CBD Distillery. And they provide us with some of the best isolate, purest isolate you could possibly get. You know, we also then run double lab tests after we get their COA through Bel Costa. And, you know, we get overwhelming numbers, and, you know, and everything is coming back in the way we want. And, you know, no metals, no pesticides, none of the junk. You know, it's 100% clean, the way that we do it.
Now, there's a stigma around hemp now, and I feel like it's partially created by the legalization of hemp.
Yes.
People think you're not supposed to ingest hemp for some reason. Like, they think that it carries heavy metals, or that it can somehow leach what's in the soil into the extract.
Well, I guess there's two signs.
If you're using, with the wonderful science that exists today in the lab, a molecule is a molecule, and they call it CBD isolate for a reason.
Because they're isolating.
And so if you have a good source that's producing good isolate and going through the proper steps, regardless of whether it was there to begin with, it's not in the final product.
See. Now, that's a big difference than some of the stigma they like to put out there, because they'll say anything to get you to not try this stuff that make you healthy. They don't want us to be healthy, you guys. Like, it's not in their benefit for us to have CBD, because we won't buy their drugs and their long life-prolonging stuff. We'll be able to live our life long on our own.
Well, yeah, America is the country that's about keeping people sick, not getting them healthy.
Right.
That's why we charge $1,500 for a fucking pill that's supposed to, you know, just help everyone. You know, instead we look at the profit. That's to me the great sides and benefits of cannabis is that, you know, it's fucking a plant, you know, and it's been here for God knows how long, and we've all been using this for God knows how long, and it's been now thrown back into society in such a major way of looking at it like not demonized anymore, and now it's put onto a level of like, oh hey, grandma can now take this, and, you know, oh, you have PTSD, please try this, and not the 11 fucking pills the VA just gave you, you know. Or you've had, you know, a horrible car accident, you don't want to be on that OxyContin anymore. You've got options now. And that's the big thing right there is now you're able to show people and give people an opportunity to medicate. You can safely educate them. You can let them know that, hey, everything is being tested. You know, we're putting the same protocols into what these so-called other companies are doing, that they say they're FDA approved. Half of them are not FDA approved. They call it FDA cleared. And that's a big one that's killing me right now through the community. Majority of the shit out there you're seeing, all these pills that are coming out off the market are FDA cleared, which basically is meaning that it was just sitting through a panel of people and just decided whether or not that pill works or not. And those people went ahead and cleared it, threw a stamp on it, and there you go. It passed the FDA. You don't have to do the 4 fucking trials anymore. You're not sit through 10 rounds or 10 years of bullshit. So I've been seeing an overwhelming amount of new medications coming out on the market that have nothing to do with the FDA, just throwing the slap of the clear on there. And it's just by paying off a little bit of your lobbyist, and you get what you want.
And that's the thing with the industry right now. They would prefer we take a pill that's not cannabis derived.
That's 100%.
You know?
And whether it's our syrup or it's our concentrates, I mean that's where Shane comes in. We source all of our materials properly. We source all organic materials, pesticide free. Don't put any bullshit into any of the flowers that we smoke. And so then, you know, we pass it on over to this great guy here, and he turns it into some of the best shatter, crumble, clean.
Now, 949 Extract, Shane in the building, throwing it down, talking to the microphone. Sorry for not having enough headphones. It's a full studio today, but, I mean, first things first. Working with Chronic Elixir, these guys, in my opinion, are some of the few people in the industry that care about quality as much as, God, I wish other people cared about it. I wish people cared about their food as much as these guys care about the fucking cannabis, you know? So you are doing your extract thing.
Yep.
How the hell did you get into this game and for these guys to take notice of it? That's got to say something about your product. So first, tell us where you're from and what got you started.
Well, basically, we're based out of Southern California, Orange County mainly, and been doing it for a long time now, pretty much since I was about 18 years old, and just been, you know, working hard and somehow met this guy. I don't know. Where did I meet you at?
we met at Sprouts. And like.
Oh, yeah, I came up to him at the grocery store because he was wearing a dispensary shirt. And I was like, hey, what's up, man?
Did you guys bro down like that? Oh, hey, what's up? Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, and, I found out exactly what he does because that's who I am. I guess I have no filter when it comes to people too. I just like to go up, I start talking to people, networking, and just hey, what do you do?
I'm imagining that some funny situation happened with you and Southern Dabber where you guys were friends. I'm sure it must have been one hell of a story.
Oh shit.
Well, me and him, when I first started networking, I hit up everybody. I sent out emails, everything. Just trying to get noticed, and that's how you get noticed in this. I've been doing it for two plus years. And just every day, hustle, bustle, sending out emails and not taking no for an answer. And, it paid off, and then these guys sent me some CBD Chronic Elixir. I did a shout out for them, and that's how we first met. And then I went to Kushstock in March of 18,
yeah,
right?
2018, yeah.
And I was just passing by their booth, and he seen me, called me up. He's like, hey, whatever you want, man, just come back, you can, all the drinks you want, whoever's with you too, just showing hella love,
I wanted him to say Walmart.
Walmart.
Sprouts and Walmart. That would have been so cool.
No.
Don't look at me like you can't shop at Wally World. I love Wally's World still.
Too.
I've got my shirts at Wally World.
A little bit, though.
Yeah, but it's pretty much.
That's where it started.
Yeah, popped off at Kushstock and, just told me, like, you're fam. So, like, we're going to take care of you. When you come into town, we're going to treat you as such. And it's been synergy ever since.
Yeah,
So you keep bringing great people here. Back to Shane.
Yeah.
People say Shatter's dead right now. Everything's about the sauce and the resin and the rosin. What are your thoughts to people like that?
Well, I kind of say to each his own. Everybody's definitely all about the sauces right now because of all the terps and all that. Everybody's all about those terps right now.
With those flavors comes PPMs, right?
Yeah, you have to watch out too. A lot of people are, adding the fake terpenes into stuff and doing stuff like that and not doing live resin extractions and, using those real terps.
It's important. It's important that you're using like cannabis-derived terps. I think
for
too.
Cooking as well, too,
What terps are they using?
They're using terps derived from non-cannabis plants and limonene. That's
which comes from citrus.
It's called citrus oil in other industries. We call it terps.
Exactly. People used to use that stuff for like cleaning countertops and stuff, and now
it's in the other industries. It's the essential oil industry.
Yeah. And like you said, we're using as terps.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a trip.
So one big thing with Shane, the way that he does everything in the process, and it all comes back in the material that we give him. So it literally shows in itself. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, what goes in is what comes out.
Yeah, and
So let's take a look at this, and most of all, let's take a dab of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know me, I like to get lit on the air. I'm not shy to, stutter into the microphone. First things first. What flavors do you work with? What do you like to grow? And are you a grower, or are you just an extract artist? Not just, but
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do a little bit of everything. Right now, focusing more on the extracts. Unfortunately, as we talk about the spike and the prices on the pounds and everything right now. Kind of wish I was still growing, but.
This guy grew the best Mendo breath I've ever seen. What's
it's time to dust off that motherfucking grow lights, bro. Open up storage, slap them grow lights up, hit the grow store.
Let's do it. Where's the warehouses?
That's what I'm saying. It's a changing industry right now. It's never been a worse time to get into legal cannabis.
I hear you.
That sounds crazy.
When that's what pretty much sparked it is when once I saw his flower, and we kind of like met up and I saw his extracts and like we kind of like seshed together. I'm like, okay, he's on his fucking game. Like this is my type of people right here that like want good quality shit. They're gonna put out good quality shit and they rep good quality shit. And that's all they stand for, And those are the people that we want in our inner circle.
Shane, pass me something to smoke.
There you go, bro.
Time to smoke.
As your attorney, I advise you to take this free shot out. But I'm gonna tell it like it is. If this is as beautiful as it looks and it doesn't taste as beautiful as it looks, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, that's our dream queen right there.
The fucking the classic non-stick clear paper. That's a rarity right there.
The PTFE.
So this right here, in cannabis right now, packaging is such a huge thing. If you're not going to take some pride in your packaging, then don't even put the product on.
100%.
You've got to do something outside the box, something niche, if
Very
you
much.
will. You know.
That looks like honey, man.
Yeah. What flavor is this
really
again?
good.
That's the green crack.
Yep. Green crack.
Jesus.
Nice sativa.
It literally tastes like pineapple mango.
Wow. That's some Breaking Bad like pure shit right there to me.
Yeah.
You know.
But he's not doing it in his garage.
Yeah, and he's not illegally.
And he's
doing
not going to
it.
blow a hole through his ceiling.
For sure. But I'm just saying
No,
the
sir.
purity that food had. You know, that's how
Hydroponic
it
chef
looks,
approved.
Looks good.
All right.
That's right. 949 extracts.
Fire.
Thank you.
So, what made you go with the extract route instead of the gardening route?
Well, I've always done both. They kind of go hand in hand because you can use all your smalls or whatnot stuff people wouldn't want to buy. You can easily turn that into an extract. And then as it started to pick up, just the amount of space you need to extract versus the amount of space you need to grow.
Ain't that the truth? Yep.
You can get a lot more done and all that.
Risk versus reward also.
Pretty much too. And then also if you're not growing anymore and you're linking up with also really good people and you got really good connections, that means you got really good connections on flower coming your way, fresh frozen coming your way,
Just let Farm to Lab do the growing for me now.
Yeah, and and pretty much we do everything now with Farm to Lab, and they're our in-house that's taking care of every single plant that goes into our body pretty much.
Well, you guys do it for the right reasons. You're bringing out great product. We got a caller who wants to take a question, so let's cool with you. All right.
Yes,
what are you doing, Tim, out in Rosemead? Oh, excuse me, Rose. Where are you from, Tim?
Rosamond.
Rosemont. Okay, I said it right.
Yeah, shout out to Jamel's.
Hey, what up, Tim?
Oh shit!
You're looking calling out though.
Tim, you've been on hold for a while, even
That's
longer
my
than
boy.
the poor girl from Hawaii. So right out the rip, you've won a magic butter machine just
Hell
for
yeah.
fucking calling in.
My boy Tim.
Right
Now,
on, guys.
let's get your question so you ain't feel the pressure so much to ask a good question. Let's just get some stuff answered for you. What's good, Tim? What do you want to know about cooking with cannabis?
Hey, one of the main things is I don't really know a whole lot about CBD. I can't really smoke with my job, but will I pass a drug test if I use this stuff?
That's a great question. And Andrew, we touched on this on the last episode.
Yes.
CBD derived from hemp technically could have 0.03% THC in
Correct,
it.
absolutely.
Now, your product is derived from isolate. You want to explain to him what the difference is?
Well, big difference in there. Like you said, some CBD products out there still, are grown with hemp plants that still contain somewhat of a THC count in there. By isolating the individual molecule out itself and just pulling out the CBD, there is no THC whatsoever in the actual product that we produce. So it is 100% not going to show up, not going to pop positive for anything, and also it's not going to make you inebriated at work or anything like that. It's not going to slow you down like you're on some type of too much of an edible or anything like that. At the very most, it's going to make you feel a little tired or anything, or relaxed. And that's what you're trying to achieve. You're trying to achieve that. Boss has been bitching at you all day. You've got 9 hours of grinding going and all that, and you got overtime you need to kick in and all that, and the body's wearing on you, and you know what, you need to do something. And it's not about going and slamming a six-pack and all that, because it's only going to do so much for you. The body has an endocannabinoid system and is literally built for us to be absorbing as much of this as possible. And whether it's THC, it needs to be then CBD.
So if you're going to use one, you recommend using the other.
Absolutely.
But the big thing is if you did only want to use CBD, your products don't contain any
Zero.
THC. It's not going to build up in your system like,
So
you
straight.
might get with some of those non-certified brands.
Yep.
Your brands are certified, CBD only, great, easy healing. And, I mean, you made this from personal experience.
Yes.
I mean, you're a patient. Not only are you a doctor, you're a patient.
Patient, guinea pig, and everything. Yes, my partner Jason used me pretty much as the guinea pig to make sure if it doesn't affect me, because I do not have an ironclad stomach. I have the weakest stomach there possibly is with Crohn's and celiac disease. So I needed to make sure that it did not affect me whatsoever in any regards. I needed that positive medical benefit from it, and slowly by slowly, we achieved it. And not having achieved it, we have goddamn like risen to the top with what we have made, and with the quality, the pureness, and everything that goes into it. It's just heart and soul.
I mean, you guys can't talk too much about it because it's proprietary, but there is a process that goes
Very
into
much so.
this.
Very much so.
Where the homogenization, other people can't achieve this.
This is true.
And this is something you guys are, you guys are real humble.
best-
It's the worst kind of humble because you
Yeah.
guys like don't want to spill the beans too much. But dude, you guys do it right. And
Yes.
you see these products out there, and there's fucking syrup in the bottom.
It
And
looks
then
like
that's
salad dressing.
and sugar on the top.
Yeah.
And it don't even say shake well on the front.
No.
You could have at least put shake well on the motherfucker. So salute to you for the homogenization, which is a word I learned really from you guys on your first fucking
Thank you,
appearance
thank
here,
you.
Jay. Thank
Sounds
you.
good, too.
Yeah. And I mean, really, the possibilities are endless. You can use this for mixing with not just. I know you look at me a little bit different this way, but Jay, me and you, we're on a level on this. Putting this in alcohol,
No,
that's our shit, man.
I mean, you know what? I just came back from a wedding up in Temecula, and I'm not a drinker, and I'm sitting there throughout the wedding, and everyone is knows what I do, and if they don't, they're watching me just sitting there just pouring that in my iced tea nonstop.
And everybody wants
and
it.
from the groom and bride, now they're coming over and like, what are you doing over there? And I'm like, oh, I'm just, medicating some CBD, this, that, and the other. So they're like, oh, this is CBD, and it's just,
Conversation
that's
starter.
Not just this conversation starter, but it's like I'm loving the conversation starter who I'm with. It's a 91-year-old vet from World War II, It's someone that has no idea what the hell this is and why I'm using it. And then to turn around and be like, so this helps you? And, like, you don't get hooked and you don't need to see a doctor? Wow.
I don't need my pain pills anymore?
Pretty much,
Wow,
yeah,
how about
right,
that?
yeah.
Blew his mind.
So I don't trip when fireworks happen on
yeah.
July 4th? Cool. Fuck, I'm in.
Tim's still on the
line
line, too.
So,
Speaking of mixing, could you lace me up right there, Devin?
Absolutely.
Ooh, lace
So
them up.
what we got right here is some vodka and a nice jelly jar, because that's how we is. And then a little watermelon CBD. What do you think that was? About 10 milligrams?
Oh, that stuff is 42, I believe, milligrams per teaspoon.
Oh shit! So yeah, I just I got you a good. I got you a good little a little feeling right there. I got a feeling.
Yeah,
Tim, you still there, Tim?
People were pouring this up. I was handing out some bottles during the wedding and all that, and they were
Y'all
mixing
forgot
it up
about
in their
Tim.
cocktails and their
Forgot
Moscow
about
mules.
Saint, you forgot about Tim. Tim.
Jack 40 in the
Nah,
house.
he's on minute 25.
Yeah, he's chilling. That's my man.
Hey Tim, so get the address over to us in the DM, and if you got any more questions, we got your back like a chiropractor, bro.
Oh, yeah. Hey, good looking calling out there, though, Tim.
So you better come out the 21st to something for your mouse event where your good food gang Jamal's gonna be hanging out.
Gang.
Jamel's all day.
Jamal's all day.
Food gang.
Gang.
Tim, you gotta talk, Tim. If you're gonna call in,
Listen,
you gotta
he's
talk.
listening.
I
He's
don't want to
listening.
interrupt y'all. I know you were trying to ask Mitch some questions, and he was interrupting you every time.
I love Tim, man.
Mitch, shout out to Mitch. You're awesome.
We love Mitch too. So let's go.
All right, Tim. Thank you, my dude. Thanks for calling in. Tell your
No
friends.
problem. You guys are dope. Take it easy, guys.
You got a magic butter machine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to take another break, and we're going to come back. We're going to keep rolling until the Heavy Tea Grow Show pops off. So let's just
be
keep
any
getting
minute, so.
CBD daily, getting split
Yeah.
every day, just getting lit.
Juice that ice stuff from that seal. Smoke in my lungs make it all better. I will OD with weed.
DFZRadio.com. Farm to Table Cannabis. Call in 562-653-0707. Check out this song by E-Zone. Roof Gone.
Drugs, what are you on? Used to hate me, now they wanna play me my songs. And I don't think they will understand. Working hard like a businessman to have the things that I never had. I went through some lessons on lessons. I put in that work, now it's blessings on blessings. Like nothing can stop me, like Iron Man armies. I keep that shit on me, just telling you, homie, I'ma get me what I deserve. While I drive with a little swerve, with a fogged out car while I'm smoking the bomb, getting top dropping in reverse. Gotta pay all the haters, no mind, and waiting until I get signed. After the money, while you acting funny, be calling and wasting my time. Gotta pay all the haters, no mind, and waiting until I get signed. After the money, while you acting funny, be calling and wasting my time. Now the roof's gone. I've been taking so many drugs, what are you on? Used to hate me, now they wanna play me my songs. And
Young Ill Production.
Perk got me fired up. It got me fired up. Kush got me fired up. It got me fired up. Dooney. Perk got me gone. I don't know what's on my mind. Ain't no way I'm coming down. Where you at? I'm on cloud 9 and I'm fucked up. Yeah, you know I'm out my brain. Roll it up, light it up. Yeah, you know I pack that flame. Pack that flame. Yo, now I'm fired up. Oh, I be fired. Perk got me fired up. It got me fired up. Yo, I be fired up. Oh, I be fired. Tell 'em, gone and fired up. Man, gone and fired up. Hold up. Let me go and roll one up. If I roll up two, I'm stuck. If I roll one more, I'm fucked. Feeling like I'm off on a spaceship. Ain't no squares in my circle. Smoke this and I bet you a shape shift. I'm so turned up when I burn out. You know I'm about to burn up. Go ahead and roll a perp up. This shit be the truth like I'm smoking on Sojourn up. I'm fired up. Baby mama got me tied up. But I ain't tripping when she get to sipping. She'll fall asleep and I'm wide up. Wide awake and I'm about to creep up on the yellow freak. We done fucked around and smoke the G. Her lips on me like she smoking me. Smoking me. Smoking that. Chronic sack. Back to back. Perp looking like another shade of black. I'm fired up and I'm faded jack. Faded jack. Perp got me gone. I don't know what's on my mind. Ain't no way I'm coming down. Where you at? I'm on cloud 9 and I'm fucked up. Yeah, you know I'm out my brain. Roll it up, light it up. Yeah, you know I pack that flame. Pack that flame. Yo, now I'm fired up. Oh, I be fired. Perk got me fired up. It got me fired up. Yo, I be fired up. Oh, I be fired. Tell 'em, gone and fired up. Man, gone and fired up. Okay, well I'm loaded. LOADED, I'm scoping for another bad bitch. If it ain't a bad bitch, then I'm ducked off somewhere smoking. Floating, I know you want some, but you can't get this. Exclusive shit got me so lifted, and I'm rolling up trees like it's Christmas. But it ain't dope. Never ever smoke with a lame hoe. Unless she talking about giving brain or letting my niggas run a train hoe. Yeah, I'm on the track and I'm doing damage. Sack after sack, don't know how I'm standing. Stay with trees like a nigga camping. You shooting threes, I'm out here slamming. Dunking on niggas. Game time, 24/7, I claim mine. Money too long, guarantee. If you wanna get down, you better have the same grind. Smoking loud.
We're back. DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. It's going down in the studio. Southern Dabber got us so high. We're higher than Giraffe's ass in here.
Super high.
Super.
It's smoky.
Oui.
So, man, you so motherfucking chill, dude. What do you do? How you mean? You just stay lit and fucking positive, like
it's
like
just nonstop.
I just like
flowers.
his fingers stay moving.
I used to be a piece of shit negative person, you know.
What advice you to give anyone to switch their mentality like that?
Well, you know, when you do something every day for 30 days straight, it becomes a habit. So if you push positivity every day and just try to be the best person you can, open doors for people, smile at them, you know, just tell them, hey, how you doing? You know, just try to interact.
Maybe give them that 31 on a pack instead of 32.
That opens up
doors.
Going up.
Yeah, and then you never know. They a lot of people need that. You would be surprised how many people that have reached out to me and told me that I just my words and just me being positive and smiling on camera has changed their lives, you know, and that's what keeps me going. You know, when I see that and when I see, you know, impact I'm making, and then people doing the same thing, and then I see a lot of people imitating me and doing the same thing, and you know, trying to be as positive as they can, just smiling even though they don't want to.
What's your reach? What's the farthest you ever got a DM from?
Oh man, all over, bro.
I know you get reach, so where's the deepest?
I mean, from Africa to
damn, that's reach, bro.
I mean, that's South
some positivity.
Africa, right? A lot of people in the UK, a lot of people in Iran and the Middle East over there. Yeah, you know, Asia. You'd be surprised, man.
It's that kind of positive message, making it to the places it needs to make it to.
Exactly.
All corners of the
globe.
globe.
He'll throw up a post for us, and I'll get DMs from Mexico, UK, all over the globe.
How do I get CBD in Mexico?
It's not just nationwide. I reach worldwide. And it's incredible. It just blows my mind.
So what's missing in the cannabis industry right now? As a collective, as a fucking way of, either branding, like what is it?
What's missing?
Mm-hmm.
question.
That's a good question. A lot of things that I see is a lot of, people need to come together and work together instead of, trying to, if you share ideas, everybody, there's enough food for everybody to eat. You don't have to try to take my food or I try to take yours. Let's eat together.
Exactly.
I'm all about eating with, a big table. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
When I first started doing the chef thing, I was always out there taking pictures and being at someone else's thing and shouting them out. Right. And it's not because I was being facetious, I was doing it because it's the love of food, and I don't care about you eating, and I want you to eat. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to stop your flow. I want to promote you because it promotes me, and then it promotes positivity all in one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you don't do that, then you have nothing really, because now we're just sharks, and sharks are fish. And
I don't want food. I don't want to just grow by myself. I want to take everybody with me. That's why I took these guys with me to, and included them on the thing I did today with Tommy Chong and them, on that incredible video.
Yeah, you be networking like a motherfucker. Tommy, shout out to Tommy for being so good to the community still all these years long. Yeah. He's still, it's like he's just now getting his fucking payback. Right. It's taken this long time. So when fools are out there hating on Tommy for being fucking what he's doing at that age, that motherfucker is a fucking all-star. You better learn something from that because he got hated on for 20 whole years.
That's Michael Jordan.
They stopped him from doing. Imagine if they just put on your brand for 20 years.
We were there
before the BCC, boys. Bongs. Bongs.
We were there 2 hours and I think he did 3 different photo shoots.
That shit's hard. See, he's so gracious. So, thank you to me, that you're as gracious as that. So thank you every time you come on, man. Thank you for fucking, spreading the positivity and putting the right message out there.
Yeah, you want to leave us, spread some positivity for people
before we take off.
Yeah. My thing is just do the best you can. It don't matter what you do, just be the best you can at it. As long, make it positive. You don't want to be a criminal and be the best criminal, because then you're going to be the best person in jail probably. But my thing is just be the best person you can be. Do all you can to better yourself and everybody around you. And, and then, I don't know, man, I just something that I like is making people smile, and
don't be scared to crack a joke.
Just being different, and being different, but being yourself, That's with anything I do, I try to be myself. Because you can't fake yourself, When you're yourself, whatever you do, then you don't have to be like, oh, let me put on that image so I can be this person, And that's my whole thing.
All right.
Be yourself from the beginning, and you don't have to fake it at the end.
That's it. Words to live by there. Shane, that's going to be hard to follow that, but here's Jerry's. Shane, here's Jerry's thoughts.
All right.
What message you give out there to those extract artists blowing in their garage, trying to get their name out there, trying to do their thing?
Just keep doing your thing, man. Don't let anybody discourage you, and like you said, do what you're good at and keep doing it. Do the best you can at it.
Well, that's well said too. I can dig that. Those are words to live by. Now, Drew, Jay, you guys have been doing it for many moons now. 4-time appearances. We're staying lit every time you guys come in. You guys keep us lit. What's next for you guys? What's the next event you'll be at? What's good?
Well, event-wise, not too sure. I mean, we're more or less concentrating on, doing everything on, with the legality side, and then also working very heavily with the CBD market. And right now,
we have some new coffee flavors coming out.
Yeah, we got coffee flavors coming out, and also one of our biggest launches is our new 1,000 milligrams, which they can find at, at chronicalelixir.com, or they can go onto our Instagram at chronicalelixir onto our shop.
You guys shipping, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes, and I mean, what's the legal shipping with CBD? What states can you?
We are domestic only at the current moment, but we're thinking about expanding abroad. We're looking into it
we're looking into the laws and everything and what it really breaks down to, and what they say on the opposite side of the wall, basically.
Well, you guys did it. You guys have a great product out.
Thank you.
You guys are
Thank
well
you, Devin,
established.
as well.
Every time you guys come in, fucking, it's a good time. CBD is on the rise. You guys had a fucking vision before anyone else did. You guys had your shit out like this. One of the first fucking products I've ever seen that works as well as it does.
Thank you very much.
Much respect to Chronic Elixir. And then to my dude over here, Good Food Gang in the building. You got events coming up. You got so much coming on. You want to give a shout out to anyone before we give you off into the sunset and into Reedland?
Well, shout out to 661, all the people out there, man. Shout out to everybody who's helped me. Shout out to people that have, followed the gang and become the gang. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my moms, And then shout out my boy, Something for Your Mouth Catering, man. We're going to be out here BET weekend. You come out there and
hold on. Saint, play the music.
Oh.
And you go ahead and this is your moment, man. This is your shit. You're going to give the shout out.
I can't read, man.
That's it. Right here. Here's the music. Now that's a read right here.
Start your BET weekend off with an exquisite dinner paired with something delicious brought to you by Something for Your Mouth Catering. Shout out to Hydro Chef and your boy Jamel's Good Food Gang. You already know.
That's right. See, now that's a read. That's a read. That's official. See? So every week we're here bringing you the cannabis news, interviews with the top brands in the edible industry.
Always.
The most positive dude in the game. Thank you so much for coming on. And a giveaway from Magic Butter Machine. So thank you so much to everyone that listened. We got our replays up on High Times TV and dfzradio.com. So very proud to announce that. All of our library will be up now, so you can find that. So DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. Other than that, we out.
Yeah, shout out to the wife, too.
Stay tuned for Heavy T's Grow Show.
Later, baby.
Coming up next.
Hydro make me feel fine. Hook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Hook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Chefs in the kitchen and they chopping up hydro. The hydro chefs in the building and they rolling up hydro. Hydro's in the kitchen and they cooking it up. Hydro, let's go. Hydro's in the studio. Chop it up, chop it up. Up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Hook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up, cook up, hydro. Roll up, cook up, hydro. Roll up, cook up, hydro. Let's go. Roll up, cook up, hydro. Start the show.
dfzradio.com